Good evening. This is Kilo Bravo Uniform Mike, and my name is Brian. I'm transmitting from Broomfield, Colorado. I'll be net control for the Grassroots Radio Net this evening. This net meets every Wednesday between 7:30 p.m. and 8 p.m. Mountain Local Time to discuss simplex emergency radio communications. I hope that you'll join us each and every week in our efforts to be of service to our communities, and please share your knowledge with your neighbors and friends. The topic for tonight will be backup power for your radio, because the grid doesn't always work. So if the grid's not working, your radio's not working, and your cell phones aren't working. So anyway, this net may be interrupted at any time for emergencies or priority traffic. If you need to utilize the frequency during this net, for this purpose, say break, give your call sign, and will be acknowledged by net control and allowed to use the frequency for your purposes. Net control will suspend the net until you advise you are clear. Are there any announcements before beginning of the net? If so, do so. Please do so now. If so, do so. Alright, it doesn't sound like there are any announcements. Well, the topic tonight is going to be backup power for your radio, once again. And because if there's a time of emergency, chances are, if there's like some kind of major event, maybe a floods, major snowstorm, there's a good chance the power could be out. So, you should have some type of backup power for your radio communications. And that's what we're going to be discussing this evening. Let me get a break here a second. Alrighty, so let's start taking check-ins. Let's start with the northeast side of town. We'll start, if you're north of I-70 and east of I-25, please call now. Okay, did anybody hear anybody else out there that I did not hear? I did not hear anybody. Anybody hear anything?
Nothing here, Brian.
Okay, very good. All right, well, let's go to the northwest side of town. Anybody over here in the northwest side, west of I-25 and north of I-70, please call now.
KD0YTQ, this is Leo in Westminster.
Okay, are there any others?
WGW, Mike Young in Colorado.
Alrighty, I got Leo and Mike Young. KD0 WGW, is that correct, Mike?
That's correct.
Okay, very good. And also Leo, KD0 YTQ. Was there any others that I did not acknowledge? Anybody else hear anybody else?
Nothing heard over here, Brian.
Alrighty. Alright, well, we're going to go on down then to the southwest side of town. If you're west of I-25 and south of I-70, please call now.
80SCY, John in Northwest Denver.
KD0WDB, Evelyn in the Denver Tech Center. 58, Charlie Zulu Lima, and in Morrison.
Kilo Charlie 0, India Hotel Alpha, Matt in Lakewood.
KD0 Victor Hotel Delta outside of Chinatown.
Alrighty, let's stop there. Matt, I was a little bit slow with the pen there. Can you please give me your call again?
KD0 Kilo Charlie 0, India Hotel Alpha.
All right, there was a person right after Matt. I could not read him at all. Anybody else hear him?
Copy that one. I believe it was a KD0VHD.
I got Kevin, KD0VHD. All right, let me go back through. Okay, I got John, KD0SCY. I got KD0WZB, Evelyn. W8CLZ, CGL, CGL, Civil, I think it is. That's Pam. And KC0PHA, Matt. And then I got KD0PHD, Kevin. There's one person I missed there. They keyed up, but I could not read them. Okay, is anybody else hearing someone that I did not call?
Brian, I heard everything you heard. I haven't heard anything different on this end.
Okay, very good. Must be something up here on the north side then. All right, let's go to the southeast side. If you're south of I-70 and east of I-25, please call now.
K0TIT, Bob and Aurora. KD0YSP for Aurora.
K0AOG, Doug, Aurora.
All right, let's stop there. I got K0TIT, Bob. KD0YND, Corey. And K0AOG, Doug and Aurora. Was that correct for everyone?
Those are the ones I heard, Brian, on my end.
All right, there's any others over in that area of town, southwest or southeast side of town, please call now. Sit down, kitty. Okay, I heard nothing. Did anybody else hear something?
I heard nothing here. I know Will was trying to get in. Will, are you there? K0XK? Did you copy that, Brian?
Oh boy, that was rough, but only because you told me it was Will. That's the only reason why I'm writing it down. I can't copy him very well at all.
Understood. Will, he's not copying you very well either, but he was checking in, Brian. K0XK.
Okay, very good. All right, is there any others, in any area that would like to check in now? Please go ahead. Okay, I heard KD0YTR. I didn't catch a name there. Try it again.
KD0YTR, Bill in Westminster on HT.
Okay, Bill, got you that time. Very good. All right, any others? Okay, I'm not hearing anything else. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and continue on. We will have a late check-in after the net, and if I can get my cat off my lap. She's a very needy cat that always needs to be in my lap. Alrighty, so up to backup power. Everyone, if you have emergency radio, you probably should have a backup power supply for it. It's something that is capable of handling the power requirements of your radio. If you're relying on an HT in emergency situations, considering that there may not be any repeaters functioning, that's a possibility. You're it's pretty poor communications with that alone, unless you have a semi-decent antenna there. So if you have a little more powerful radio, you need something that's going to power it. Myself, I have a Group 31 deep cycle battery that is used for, they call them marine batteries, RV batteries, or just a deep cycle battery. It's just a plain lead acid battery, costing around $100 to purchase. And that's what I use for my emergency backup for just my radio. And then I have solar power to charge that also. So that's my backup battery plan. We're going to go around and see if who's got battery backup, or who's got a backup power plan. And if you do, what you got that you're planning on using. And if you don't, well, that's okay. You can get one in the future here. So let's start off with Leo. My cat's on my lap again, Leo. KD0YTQ. Leo, Westminster, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Well, Brian, I have absolutely no battery backup. I don't have a plan at this point. For one, I'm not sure, what to get or that. So new to this that I'm still working out just being able to talk on it to begin with. So that's something in my future plans.
Oh, good, Leo. That's good to hear. It's great that you're planning on that. It's something that's needed at some point in time. You will need it someday. All right, very good, Leo. Let's go over to Mike at KD0WGW. Mike Young, it's your turn. Go ahead.
I also haven't purchased anything. I'm looking at a 100-watt solar panel and the deep cycle battery like you were talking about. Probably get that for my birthday in a couple weeks.
All right. It sounds like you're on an HT, Mike. I'm hearing you okay. A little bit on the weak side, but you're making the trip. And for you, those of you who did not hear, Mike is he's working on it. He's planning on getting a 100-watt solar panel and for his emergency power. So that's a good deal there. Real quick, Mike, are you on a HT with just a rubber ducky, or you got an external antenna?
I'm still just on an HT, looking at getting an antenna, but haven't got there yet.
Oh wow, I'm surprised I can hear you. Well, very good, Mike. Just out of curiosity, since this is the first time we've heard you, I'm sure Mike's curious. Who all out there can hear Mike keying up there? Can nobody hear Mike?
Brian, K0TIT, I could not hear anything on this end, preamp or not.
All right, Mike. Well, there you go. Bob's in Aurora, but I can hear you okay. But you're not that far from me, though, so only a few miles. All righty. Well, thanks, Mike, for sharing that with us. All right, let's go to KD0SCY, John in Denver. John, what are your battery backup plans? Do you have something going on over there, or are you planning on it? It's your turn.
KD0SCY, I have a battery box that I put together. It's got a worker brand battery in it, and right now it's charging on AC, but I do have solar parts for it. I just need the time and the ambition to get it together. So with that, back to you, Brian.
Oh, very good, John. Boy, fantastic signal, by the way. Just absolutely blowing my doors off over here. That's great. So you've got a solar panel and a battery and all that stuff going, and I'm assuming it's just the right size for your radio. Well, very good. Alrighty, let's go to KD0WTB, Evelyn, in the Denver Tech Center. Evelyn, it's your turn. What you got going over there in your neck of the woods?
I don't have any plans at this point. I don't really know what other equipment I'm going to need, but I do plan to get a battery as a backup, and that's all I know at this point. Back to you, Brian.
Alrighty, Evelyn. Very good. That's great to hear. Alrighty, let's go to Pam. W8CZL, or is it CLZ? Boy, I got that dyslexic moment here. Pam, it's your turn. Go ahead.
For the first time ever, Brian, you had it right. But you changed it. It's W8CZL. Sizzle, as Kevin likes to remember it by. Anyhow, we do have a lot of batteries that we keep on hand, and eventually, hopefully, have a solar panel. But right now, it's just backup batteries. We have a generator as well that's gas powered, so as long as we have gas, we'll have power. And with that, I'm backing up control. W8CZL.
Oh, very good there. And also, if anybody has any recommendations, please shout those out too while you're turn there. All right, let's go to KC0 PHA Matt. Good evening, Matt. It's your turn. What you got going on over there?
I just know better than that. I've got everything going on over here. And it's KC0IHA, by the way. Anyway, for backup power, I've got to start with, a 2 kilowatt portable generator that I can hook up to the system at any point. I've also got a 13 kilowatt generator that's mounted in a trailer that I'd have to backfeed into the system, but it can be done as well. And then I've got 300 or 1020 amp hour batteries in series that actually kind of run the radio system. They're recharged by AC power. And eventually, what I'd like to do before summer comes around is get a couple of the 145 watt panels from Harbor Freight to be able to keep those charged if the grid's down.
Oh, it sounds like you're full of power over there. Oh, that's sounds like you got a pretty good setup so far there, Matt. Great. Boy, I don't know what you got that runs that much power, but that's an awful lot of power to be running. So very good. Excellent to hear. Thank you for sharing that. All right, let's go to KD0VHD. Kevin up in world famous Tiny Town. Kevin, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Thanks, Brian. K0BUM. I sense of sarcasm in that, but Tiny Town will open again, and this is going to be its 99th anniversary. Next year will be 100 years. But we're doing okay up here. We have a 7 kilowatt generator into a transfer panel that powers specific things in the house, and so we're okay in that regard. The thing I regret is that I never went dual, what am I looking for? What's the word? Propane and gas, because we are kind of, we have no main gas lines here and stuff, and it would be great to be able to try the generator into propane as well. But that's coming. And we have 3 or 4 12-volt batteries around, car batteries, truck batteries, etc. And the only thing I would recommend is that everyone who has an HT get at least a battery trough for rechargeables or AA's or whatever your radio takes, so that you're able to dump in alkaline batteries if needed. So thanks, Brian. Great net. Always great. Thank you very much. Good evening to you and the rest of the group. KD0VHD.
Oh, thank you, Kevin. That's some great suggestions with the alkaline batteries. Absolutely. That's definitely worth mentioning. And it sounds like you've got enough power, and the propane would be a great idea too. So there you go. All right, let's go to K0TIT. Bob and Aurora. Take it away, Bob.
Well, Brian, I have a lot of batteries as I own a lot of vehicles, so that's always a good backup for me. I've got a 3 kW generator that I keep here just in case. But I have wanted to look into getting a solar panel or two just to maintain some batteries. That's one thing that I would really like to get into and just have not done.
Excellent, Bob. Yeah, and solar panels are not that expensive anymore. Just about anybody, if you budget for it, you can buy them. They're well under $1.50 a watt, and even well below under $1, but you can get them all day long for $1.50 a watt. So that's great, Bob. Good to hear that you're working on that. So, all right, let's go to Corey, KD0YND, Corey out in Aurora. Good evening, Corey. What kind of battery backup plan do you got over there, or system do you have, or you're planning on having?
I have actually no system and nothing really planned yet, but I definitely need to look into something. My only plan would be to, use the car batteries, and I have, converters and stuff I can run from there, but that's about as far as I go so far.
Oh, very good, Corey. Boy, with all these ham operators out here, you'd think there'd be more with... I'd be jonesing without my radio. I'd be in panic mode. Oh my God, my radio doesn't work. I got my one in my car. So, there we go. All right, K0A0G, Doug in Aurora. It's your shot there. Go ahead, Doug.
This is K0AOG, Doug. What I've got currently is a small 1 kilowatt generator out in the garage on temporary loan. It's turning out to be more long-term than I had considered. I also have a handful of HTs that I keep charged up with an 18-watt solar panel that folds up into a little package, and I can deploy it pretty much anywhere at any time where I'm traveling, so I keep that with my HTs when I'm out. I have been looking at different plans to build a battery box with a voltage regulator that would allow me to charge up not only my HF brake, but also have outlets to charge up HTs and a USB powered device. So looking to build that sometime in the future when time and plans and finances all allow.
Oh, that sounds cool, Doug. Tell us a little more about this little suitcase 18-watt panel you got. Where'd you get it, and what did it cost you?
Well, I actually purchased it off of Sportsman's Guide, which is an online surplus store, more or less. And it's a little 18-watt power, 18-watt solar panel, and it folds up into a package roughly 8 inches by 5 inches and about 2 inches thick. And it's just a nylon case that when you unsnap it and unfold it, it turns out into a solar panel that's about 18 inches wide by about 24 inches long. And it comes with the cable, 12-volt output, depending on sunlight, of course. And also got a charge regulator for it, so that it can power up any existing batteries I have, like laptop batteries, cell phones, and HTs, and so on.
Oh, very cool. That sounds like a great deal. And so you got off of website Sportsman's. Sportsman, say that. Tell me that website again. You got that from.
The website is sportsmansguide.com. All one word, sportsmansguide.com. It's a great site. I really enjoy it. There's a lot of products there. It's available at a great price. Over.
Oh, thank you very much, Doug, for sharing that. I'm sure that's something that probably would fit a lot of people's budgets, and sounds like it's something that's set up really easy for someone to use. So great, thanks for sharing. Appreciate that. Let's go over to K0XK Will. Let's see if we can copy him. If anybody else can, they can translate for him if I can't hear him. So go ahead, Will, it's your turn.
K0XK Will, are you still there? Nothing heard at this point, Brian.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. All right, well, let's go over to KD0YTR, Bill, over, I think he's in Westminster. Bill on his HT, go ahead. It's your turn.
Yeah, this is
batteries for the handhelds.
Alrighty, very good, Bill. Sounds good, and your signal sounds great, by the way. You must be on the big antenna there, so it sounds really good. So, alrighty. Well, does anybody else would like to check in now, a late check-in? We've got the end of our list. Anybody else would like to get in there, please do so now. Okay, I got KD0YUR, that's all I heard. Did anybody hear anybody else?
I heard that one and nothing else on this end, Brent.
Okay, very good. All right, Murray. Better late than never, right? Good to hear you. I'm glad you decided to join us. Murray, the question of the evening is backup power for your radio. What kind of backup power do you have, or what kind of backup power plan do you plan to have in the future, if you do have a plan for it, for your radio system? Go ahead, your turn.
I tried to call in initially. I thought I'd made it through. I guess not. I've got a small solar system. It's only about 50 watts. A couple of batteries. Generator, but I really want to switch the generator over to propane. I don't like storing gas. Propane would be much more dangerous. But that's all right now.
Okay, Murray. Sounds like you got a 50-watt panel and some batteries and a propane generator. Kind of what I heard. So very good. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. Does anybody else have anything else they'd like to add? Anybody at all? Go ahead.
KD0ZHC, Joy in Denver, just a late check-in.
Hey there, Joy. Thank you for joining us. Good to hear you. I wasn't ready with my pen. KD0. Tell me your call again, Joy.
Hi, Brian. It's KD0, Zebra Hotel Charlie.
All right, Joy. The subject is tonight the backup power for your radio, and in case of an emergency, what are your plans for backup power to power your radio in case the grid goes down? Do you have anything in place now, or do you plan to have anything in place? It's your turn. Go ahead.
Basically, being new at this, I don't have any ideas. I'm just thinking some type of a battery, but I don't have any ideas, and I don't have any backup right now.
Okay. Alrighty, Joy. Well, by the way, your radio signal sounds great too. So, well, that's what this is all about. So we can all learn a little bit about battery backup power, and put the message out there so people actually think about it. It's better to think about it now and do something about it now than wait till something happens and you're like, I should have thought of that. So, very good. Alrighty, anybody else with anything? Okay, I do not hear anything. I would like to make one more suggestion is may consider a battery eliminator, and that's something you can plug into your 12-volt plug-in on your car if you want. Instead of having a lithium battery on the back of your radio, it's got a cord that provides power to it. That's something else that you could consider having as a backup, another accessory that you could use. So, alrighty, with all that being said, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and close the net and just let it be a free fall at this point. So, anybody go ahead and chime on in. This is K0BUN, and I'll be standing by.
K0 Tag Team Brian, thank you very much for tonight. I enjoyed it. Hello to everybody, and be listening in.
By the way, I wanted to give a count here how many people checked in tonight so everybody knows. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 people, and I did not check on the darn web. I do not have that open. Evelyn, have you been monitoring that?
Anna and Peter and Allie and Doug are on the web, as well as those that have their licenses.
Okay, yeah, it looks like Chris, Anna, and Doug. Let's see here. I'm not seeing the list of here things. But, well, very cool. I'm glad everybody was on there. And, Evelyn, because I'm not seeing it where that's at, does anybody have any recommendations or things they'd like to say from the Facebook page?
Give me a second here.
And by the way, everyone, if I am making a recording of this, audio recording and also a video recording, so you can see your signal strength at my QTH. QTH stands for where I'm at. So those, I'll have those posted a little later on both the Facebook page and the Meetup page, so you can see how your signal's coming in here and how you sound and all that. I think it's an important thing to do. Everybody always wonders how they sound. Well, this is, from my perspective, this is what you're hearing. And also, if anybody else out there would like to be net control sometime, let me know, and we'll arrange it. Go ahead, Kevin.
You're not going to turn these over to the NSA or anything, are you, Brian?
Oh, man. You found me out. Well, no, I'm not.
Good. I just hate hearing my voice. And I think most people do. But I think it's a worthy endeavor to kind of pin down our simplex signals. I was just wondering if you were going to turn this over to the government or not.
Alrighty. Bob, you're awful. I see that little comment on Facebook there. No, I will not.
Oh, so now you're paying attention.
Well, I finally got there. Sorry it took me so long to get there.
Yeah, that's all right. If I can't give you a hard time, brother, who can I give it to, right?
That's right. Alrighty, I'm going to shut off the video for now, and then so that'll be ended here if I can get it shut off. Darn thing doesn't want to shut off.
And Kevin, I wanted to say hi to you and Pam. I didn't get that opportunity, so good evening.